I'm about to go off a tangent and start preaching about gratitude and manifestation. Welcome back to my channel, Sunny Bonani Bangani. I am shooting this at my, should I say my house? Shooting this at home, and it's a beautiful morning. I wish you guys could see the view that I'm seeing right now, but I'm telling you all of this so that if you do hear a barking dog, do chickens cackle? What do chickens do? A cackling chicken? If you hear a chicken, a rooster, please. I thought we could just talk about navigating change, the difficulty of it, the stresses that come with it, and how I am learning to deal with it. I do not like change, even like minor change to plans for the day. If we plan to do something a certain way, I don't expect midway for you to be like, oh, so I thought we could do it differently. No, I'm gonna spaz. Like my brain is just gonna start glitching, and I don't like change. It's very uncomfortable. And funny enough, as I'm also shooting this, I'm also in the process of moving house, which is quite a huge change, as I have not moved house in, I think, 4 years, 3 years. I haven't moved house in like 3 to 4 years. So yeah, that's a massive change for me. And I've had to move houses. Apart from the fact that I have been wanting just a change of scenery, I do believe that every now and then, like maybe every 3 years, you need a new adventure. And moving for me felt like the next one, especially because I'd lived in this apartment for so long. I'd loved this apartment for so long. This apartment was really starting to feel like home. Whenever we have like family functions and stuff, it's like, let's go to Thames. Let's host it at Thames, because it's a beautiful spot. It's a very beautiful spot, and it had become home. But with the need for a new adventure and an incident that happened in December where my safety was compromised, it just felt like the next best thing to do, like finding a new place to live. And I know Yonkin Sawa has its own stories and scandals and shenanigans and all of that, but I just feel like I need new life problems. But the kicker in this is I don't like change, because man, I think the difficulty in it is when you become so accustomed to a particular thing, when you're so used to a particular routine, a particular way of doing things. And let's get honest, change is not comfortable in any way. Whether you're changing jobs, changing like cities, relocating, changing partners, breakups and losing friends, and it never feels like something that's very comfortable. And don't get me wrong, I'm using the word comfortable. I didn't say change is bad, which is some of the things that I've had to actually sit with myself about and just try to navigate. So the first thing I am doing when it comes to dealing with change is just taking time to reflect, taking time to take inventory of how am I feeling, why am I feeling like this, and sort of acknowledging my feelings, because the feelings are valid. There's a reason why this is very uncomfortable for you. There's a reason why this change is very uncomfortable for me. For example, with my house, I've lived here for so long. I love it. I said I love everything about it, because lately everything about the house is starting to like tick me off. But I love how comfortable I was in the space. So I've just had to learn to take time to reflect and process. And the reason why processing is so important is because most of us live on autopilot, and I am very guilty of that, where it's always, okay, this happened, on to the next. This is happening, on to the next. You don't really give yourself time to process what is happening. And I think that's why you find that along the way from whatever traumatic thing happened, and not trauma isn't something terrible, but something that was a shift in your regular way of living or doing things, along the way it trips you up. But the problem with not processing change is that it's like putting a stopper in a sink and filling the water up. Like, you're just filling it up. eventually it's gonna overflow and it's gonna flood, and it's gonna flood all the different rooms in your house, and it's just gonna cause some havoc, right? So why not just process it? And I think that's why I am trying so hard to actually do that a whole lot more. Another thing that we need to learn when it comes to change is that I need to learn, and I'm learning. And I actually tweeted the other day and I was like, one lesson I'm really being taught this year is releasing control. And that is one thing that helps with change. Releasing control and surrendering to the situation. If you cannot control the outcome, if you can't change how things turn out, if you have no control over the situation, then you need to release it. Like, it's not enjoyable to release control. You always want to know that things are happening as they should. You like to know that your ducks in a row. You like to know that things are aligned. But with releasing control, it means you are surrendering to the unknown. You have very little grip on what is happening in your life, and you just have to go with the flow. And I do not, in any way, shape, or form, enjoy that. But I'm learning that if I want to get through change easier and make it a more comfortable experience for me, I'm going to have to learn how to release control and surrender, because worrying does not help and anxiety makes it worse. And the third thing, I believe the biggest thing you can do, apart from taking time to reflect and releasing control, is maintaining some bit of routine in your life. When everything is like whoopsie-worthy and topsy-turvy, at least maintain some form of routine in your life to keep you grounded. It helps you feel as if not everything is upside down. Not everything is just falling apart. And that's the thing with emotions. We're able to take something that is like this and blow it up into something that is so massive just because it feels so uncomfortable within that very moment. So having to keep some form of routine in my lifestyle has been very helpful. And that has sort of helped me feel like there's a bit of normalcy in my life whenever I'm going through different types of change. And has also made me feel like I do have somewhat a bit of control. And that brings me to this next thing, which is reframing your thinking and seeing change as an opportunity. And I wrote those down so I don't forget it. Seeing change as an opportunity while unlearning associating it with negativity. And I said that in the beginning, disclaimer, change is uncomfortable. I didn't say it's good or bad. And change can be good, it can be bad. So the problem with when you find change difficult in general is that you associate it with a negative experience. It's bad, it's uncomfortable, it's difficult. So reframing our thinking and just seeing it as an opportunity and as something that could bring positive impact in your life. And lastly, counting blessings. It sounds cheesy. Counting your blessings, i.e., practicing gratitude. And that is something I have had to sort of factor, not even sort of, I factored it into my routine. Once you start to count your blessings, you start to see, oh my gosh, this is actually exciting, this is actually good, this is actually not so bad, this is actually bearable, depending on the type of change you're going through. This is actually not the worst thing that could happen to me. And even if it is the worst thing that could happen to me, at least I still have A, B, and C. At least my circle still supports me. At least my family XYZ. Like, there's always a bit of gratitude that we can find in our daily lives, even when everything is up in the air. So what I do, and this is a practical way for you to do it, I wake up in the morning, and as part of like my morning routine and my journaling, part of my journaling process, I write down 5 things I'm grateful for. So, for example, you can wake up in the morning and be like, I'm grateful that I woke up. I'm grateful that I have a roof over my head. If you're getting ready for work, I'm grateful that I have a job that allows me to pay all my bills. If you are in a very healthy, wholesome relationship, even if it's platonic friendships, I'm grateful that I have people that I can depend on and that also feel like they can depend on me, and people that allow me to express myself and be comfortable. And I'm also grateful that today is gonna be a wonderful day, because sometimes you have to express gratitude for things you have not seen yet. And that is how you activate the blessings coming into your life. That is how you activate the good things. And I know I'm about to go off a tangent and start preaching about gratitude and manifestation. But if you can just get into the habit of practicing gratitude by naming 5 things you are grateful for at the start of your day, oh my God. Oh my word. Change is difficult. We will not run away from how difficult it can feel, how challenging it can feel. But if we challenge ourselves, firstly, to process, to reflect, take inventory, to release control, to maintain some sort of healthy routine, to reframe our thinking, and to count our blessings, it can become less challenging. It can become less uncomfortable for us to get through it. Just be patient with yourself as well. I think I just wanted to add that. Just be patient with yourself as you're growing and learning through certain mindsets you had before, and just growing into who you're trying to become. Just be patient with yourself. It won't happen overnight. It will sort of take those baby steps, but just take the baby steps. You'll wake up one day and be like, oh my God, that was me like 6 months ago. Like, I'm handling things much better now. Like, I'm on top of my game now. And that's the beauty of small progress every single day. Anyways, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. Are you navigating change? Is it easy for you? What are you doing to actually get accustomed to it? Thank you so much for watching. If you have not liked, commented, and subscribed, what is wrong with you? But while you are here, I do encourage you to watch some of my other videos, binge some of that stuff. Have yourself a very wonderful day.